All right, what we're going to take a look at today is some skirmish matches against Syntac the other day. And we did 3. I'm going to talk kind of about what I'm trying to do, what he's trying to do, and we'll just kind of go through it. So first pick Seara, I counter with Okeanos Perna, which are my best Seara counters. He goes double water to counter my fire. Then I move into a more sustainy type comp with Bastet, Sehkmet, Praha, because as soon as that Chilling and Amalia go down, or Amalia, you know it's going to be a sustain type match. So Amalia goes first, does not put up the defense, which some people, I see them switch to human form and put up the defense immediately. Some people want to wait to use the cleanse. So probably waiting for the Praha, take all the stuff off, cleanse that. But got lucky on the stun with Sehkmet, and I think I got a cooldown on her as well. So here comes the Okeanos. I did it into 1 or 2 monsters that didn't have immunity because stunning that Seara is crucial. She can hit anyone she wants. She can do defense resist anybody she wants. So that was kind of my thought. Sometimes, I'll blow a cooldown just because that monster might not be around the next time you need that cooldown. So don't really need to reset Seara. Just this skill does a decent amount of damage and it's up pretty frequently. So that's why I did that into Seara. Now I'm working on the Wind Panda because he only gets worse the longer you wait. Wind Panda and Laika only get worse. So, in my opinion, you might as well deal with it sooner rather than later because your chances of winning later are less. Especially if you can get a defense break or get him low, you got to go for it. Don't mess around with anything else. If Chilling and Amalia beat you, let Chilling and Amalia beat you. His strat here is interesting. It's sort of a mid-range control, but with multiple finishers. I think the Wind Panda is probably his most threatening finisher unit. Seara is just going to be disruptive the entire time and can, get some kills. But Wind Panda is going to be the win condition if it comes down to 1v1. The Chilling pick is really interesting, especially with all the things he brings. The crit buff is great for every unit. It's just going to bring in more damage. And the speed buff, too, is really nice. You don't see a lot of speed buffs in RTA. And with the Seara lead and the speed buff, his units, I have no doubt they're clocking in around 300 or higher. So that Amalia is probably, with speed buff, well over 300. And it's really hard to deal with if you're, my units are all over 200, usually in 230-ish range. But if they're, if they're getting 1 turn for every turn and a half of the opponent's main monster, that's a problem. So that one worked out really well for me. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not his main winning comp. I think he's trying some stuff here, which is the point of skirmishes. I'm trying to see kind of how I can deal with this comp. And normally I get Seara. I usually pick Seara first or second. So having to face a Seara is really good. It's good for me to practice. I went with a full fire team here just to try something different. The Monkey King's brand new. And, the more I picked fire, I didn't feel like it was going to be an issue. So I just went all the way. I was like, let's try it. Let's see how they work together. Because I've never played this comp before in RTA ever. So might as well give it a shot. This team has a ton of threat. So, 1 violent proc can get a kill, which is nice, but it doesn't have a lot of sustain, so if I don't end up getting that violent proc or getting that kill, I could be in big trouble. Anytime you can get a defense break with a Perna, though, you're in pretty good shape. Laika was probably overkill, but I didn't want to chance it. I just needed to get that unit down. So I banned the Ganymede. Ganymede is just devastating to me in all forms. I don't run an immunity-heavy comp, and so he just wanted to move on to the next match. I don't deal well with immunity, and people that know that will bring Ganymede, and people that don't care bring Ganymede too. But he's just constantly stealing my turns. Every time he ventilates, he steals a whole nother set of my turns. So, match 3. Those 2 went pretty quickly. I'm trying a similar strategy with the fire. He's kind of bringing the real the real stuff this time with the Hathor, and then the Chow against my fire-heavy team is going to be a huge problem. His Tiana's super fast. That thing with the speed lead, I had no chance of going first, but to get a Tiana up that fast is pretty impressive. So he gets the 3-man sleep, which is the best he could hope for since the Monkey King can't be slept. And he's right to go right after the Monkey King. The Monkey King can't be controlled, and he wants to control stuff with Seara, with, Hathor. So there's no reason, especially with a Chow, there's no reason to let him live. You'll power up his stacks, but would you rather him have powered up stacks now when his whole team is asleep, or powered up stacks later when he's trying to one-shot even your Chow at the end of the game? So his Seara's getting some nice bombs off. He's nuking stuff down. I'm slowly recovering from the Hathor. But to me, Hathor isn't quite the issue she used to be because of the violent change. Like, Hathor's used to violent a couple times and be right back into their 2-turn sleep. It felt like right away. The problem with Hathor is Hathor Ganymede. Those two, I feel like you just can't allow those two to play together. They just do too much. They're gross. You know, if you have to deal with a ragdoll, if you have to deal with a Yonghong, just deal with it. Don't let Ganymede and Hathor fight together. It's just gross. Speaking of gross, this Chow is powering up, and my monsters are remaining fire stubbornly. So I'm doing what I can do. It's probably not the smartest thing, but you know, if I let the Tiana, which is his defense break, stick around, that's just going to spell doom for my fire monsters even sooner. So I think my best choice is to wipe out the wind and hope for some luck. So we've got a 2-on-1, but it's double fire against Chow, who's one of the best sustainy damage dealers in the game. So I'm going to give him my best shot here, but oh my gosh, Justice. Maybe if I could have cooled him down off of Justice, I would have had a better chance, but I don't think a better chance would have been a good chance. So that's what's going on. This is going to be the end of match 3. I'm pretty happy with how it went, and it's always great to skirmish. So especially against someone who is, better than me. Like, you don't want to just skirmish against people you whoop up on. You want to skirmish against people who can challenge you, and you can try things, and they don't mind like trying things with you. Like they want to get better at the game. So hope that was interesting for y'all. I enjoyed it, and if you're a G2, G3, G1 type RTA player and you want to skirmish, I love to do it, and I would suggest you do it too because it's just fun. This is the most fun part of the game, I feel. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will. Oh wait, shout out to Syntac. Thanks for letting me put this on YouTube. I know some people don't like other people to see their strategies, and you were like, go for it. So thank you, man. I think it's helpful, and yeah, I will catch y'all next time. Take care, everybody.